Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Mind of Exoticpreneur, where at first thing first, we want to make sure that we are in the building. Listen, I need y'all to like and subscribe right here. And we have our special guest, Mariah J, blessed boss lady in the building. You know what I'm saying? Before we get all the way into this stuff, I'm just going to ask y'all one question. Is femininity for sale? That's the topic that we're going to bring to the table. That's the topic that we're going to let everybody know. But first, you got to see the intro. Let's go. All right, all right, all right. So we are back in the building, and I also special introducing my special guest host, Mr. One HG, Mr. Hella Guy, Mr. Hell of a Guy, Prince Fantasy is in the building.
What's
What's the
going on?
deal?
What's going on?
We got the birds chirping on this bad boy today. They is ready for you. They is ready for you. So we giving people a chance to chime in and look out. But while we at it, we're going to get the party going. So how y'all been? How y'all doing? Last time we came in
Good.
the game, last time we was in the game was a few weeks ago,
Yeah.
and this is how I ended up meeting Miss Mariah.
It's
And
Maria. Like
Mariah,
Mexican. Like
I never get it
Maria.
right.
Yeah, it's like Maria. Yeah.
Yeah,
No H.
no, that's the thing is I keep thinking of fucking Carrie around
Yep,
here.
that's what everybody do.
You
Everybody
know
do.
what I'm saying? Mariah, and we end up spending 2 shifts
Literally.
conversating and building. Literally, we did 2 8-hour shifts.
Literally. It was crazy.
Get things popping. And it was crazy, but it was such a great vibe that uh, Prince and her and Prince invited me onto the podcasting show. On the Gurf show, and we went in. It was
Yes.
crazy.
You have fun though. You definitely y'all
So
have fun. Y'all have
it was such a vibe, such a vibe. Making sure that's the
lots of
topic of the
giggles.
day. Man, it was a lot of giggles. Y'all had some
A waterfall of them.
you know.
It was
And,
a blast though. You guys are great.
make sure y'all like and subscribe. Just actually act like when you get on the dang on show. Like and subscribe, hit the notification so we know what's good. Um, but as things moving forward, it was such a vibe that I was like, well, I gotta have her on my show. I said, well, damn, let's
What?
get it in. And you already know this guy over here that just Mr. Ladies Extraordinary. He's like I would say the coochie whisperer because he knows how to speak to it in a way that makes it talk back. Mr. Prince Fantasy.
Yes, indeed. Yes, be more careful.
Exactly. You got to be more careful. The way the response is overwhelming. How just one bird call and next is like cool, we up, we up, we up, we up.
Mm-hmm.
So as it stands right now, what I wanted to know is femininity for sale? That's really the question right here. Now anybody and everybody can chop in. If you see the comments below, you actually click the link if you have your own comments or comment below. Make sure you do that. Share your insight. You can also jump on the show if we, of course, we're going to Q&A you before you come in here. We ain't got time for the recklessness. First, full disclaimer, we do not endorse anything that is immoral or unethical. We do not have any prejudice against any type of personal religions. However, you believe what you believe, we believe, and this is only entertainment. You dig? You feel me? Don't be trying to mess up our house because you and your feelings. You dig? So with that being said, hey, Miss M, because I was about to fuck it up. I was about
Maria.
Miss Maria. So talk to me.
You need some of this now.
I need some tequila, man. This is the time.
Oh, yeah. Go
Y'all
ahead,
got me
pour up.
hungry. You know what I'm saying? Y'all left me hanging. I need to take key. Oh, you feel me?
Man, because shoot,
what?
I feel like when they got me some drink.
Hold on, you say what? I know you. Come here. How you doing?
Oh, me. Oh, my. Well, I can't come all the way down there. Ain't your ass in Texas?
I'm back in Detroit.
Oh, okay. Well, dang. Well, say less. I will be speaking el español in a few.
See. Gracias.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my Latin family. you know,
Not
you know. So we always get it in. But so talk to me. You know, what? I'm not going to. I was long winded on your show, so I'm going to shut the fuck up on mine. You feel me?
Well, honestly, I don't think femininity is for sale, because you can't be what you were not made to be. Period. Femininity comes from women. Femininity comes from the attitude, the behavior, the acts of a woman. Is it for sale? I don't think it's for sale. I think we're just giving it away. And unfortunately, the ones that are taking hold to it, is making things like even worse. When, for example, and again, no discrimination to anyone. I just feel like the femininity with the letter community and that situation of how they seem to have more rights than me. And I am a woman, born out the gate, a woman. But I have to censor myself. I have to watch what I say because I can offend someone who feels that they are a feminist, or they have feminine ways and they feel like they were supposed to be naturally a woman. I'm fighting that, and that gets more attention and more rights than I do. I think that's what part of femininity is being sold, but it's not being sold the right way and to the right people, I would say.
That's interesting that you say that because, well, Prince, the oh so wise Prince.
I'm in astonished mode right now. One of the reasons why I'm in astonished mode is because One reason why I'm in astonished mode is because it made me think about something a long time ago. It was a song by a person from New Edition.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, you have to have a man with femininity. You dig what I'm saying? And now I'm like, backtracking this, you think about stuff. You're like, why do you make that song, folks, if a man supposed to have masculinity?
Well,
but then I'm listening to what Maria just said. And Maria's words was, females are the ones that have femininity. So then maybe look at the new generation of males. Why do a lot of males have femininity if you're supposed to have masculinity? So where did the structure get separated at?
Well,
where them ties get cut at?
Well, okay.
But when do you see the change, though?
Okay, so I guess from the mind of an exoticpreneur, there was a little thing of sensitivity, which is I thought that's what he was trying to get at. Like we should be a little bit more empathetic to the women that we are because because we're more masculine and we want control and logic and structure, and y'all and women by being more in tune with the spirit or an emotional space that we should be able to speak to that sensitive side, but not necessarily being feminine.
But is that femininity though? Like someone being more empathetic and sympathetic to their mate who, like, for instance, if, from that song, they were trying to guide men to being more soft with their woman. Don't be so aggressive with your woman. Understand what she's trying to say to you when she's talking to you. That is different than what is actually being put out here and sold. What he had in that song and what he said in that song, not is being projected.
I think he should direct that a little bit more with clarity, because I think a lot of them guys took it too far and became all the way thoroughly, indubitably I'm just saying, I'm Prince. I'm just saying,
I got you. I got you.
because you gotta look at the time era when that song came out. Don't get it twisted. It was a good marketing scheme, if you ask me, because a
Mm-hmm.
lot of guys was hard back then. The dope game. Guys was getting up on working jobs like the big threes and
It,
stuff
it,
like that. So they come home masculine.
it's nothing wrong with
They just
with some testosterone around here. You know
right.
what
You
I
know
mean?
what I'm saying?
It's
But
lovely.
but see, then you got the lover boy guys come in. Oh, come here, beautiful. It's gonna be okay. So with
Mm-hmm.
that being said, so now she feel like she's getting the right attention she's supposed to get, not knowing
Mm-hmm.
the right attention she's getting. He might be a little bit on the opposite side too. But now she ready to lose the masculine man and say, you know what, Johnny treats me so good, and this, that, and third, to find out that Johnny got something else behind the scenes.
So does it make you less masculine if you are being that? So if that masculine man who that woman really wants, but because Johnny is giving her the oh hey baby this and that, and Johnny is a little on the other side, that makes her want Johnny even though Johnny is both sides. So are you saying that because women want that softness, we can put ourselves in situations
I put
because of that lack of masculinity?
Okay, let me ask you this question. Say you do have a guy, because this is a true story. Say you do have a
Mhm.
guy that had masculinity, right? Now, he used to going out on dates with you, buy you flowers, every blue moon whenever you get the chance. Now, he might have fell off a little bit. He might have been slipping in that area because the job been overwhelming. Y'all have kids now, it's been a little bit overwhelming, so it's more mouths to feed. It's not that he
Mhm.
doesn't want to do those things. He just tired of the motherfucker for doing all this other shit. Because it's always
Mhm.
something else that comes on. Doesn't mean he's just not in love with you. Not saying that he don't want to do these things for you. He just the motherfucker tired as hell. So the thing
Mm-hmm.
about it is, where do y'all become the bill with that? See, the thing is, it's easier to complain to try to figure out a solution. What can I take the stress off you so you don't feel like you have to do so many things so I can get that same greetings that I was getting in the beginning? But instead of that, it don't go to that. It goes to you don't do this no more. And why you don't do this and third? Like, man, I ain't trying to hear. After so long, I'm like, I don't want to hear that shit. If you can't see that I love you through my actions, and I gotta tell you I love you every day, that mean you're vulnerable. So now when that Johnny do come around, baby, you beautiful. Who did your hair? I like the way it cut. Your husband might have seen it too, but he like, okay, you look good, baby, and keep pushing. But now he meant more in depth with it. You get to flirt with, mess with your hair and stuff. Oh, you think so? My homegirl, now you being vulnerable to build another connection with Johnny because he's saying the right things at the right time. Your husband might be saying it too, but it's not directed to where how Johnny's going to present it to you because the attention is like, oh, we still guys out here that think that I'm beautiful. So your energy is switching now. Like, hold on, I can go out here and get something else if I really wanted to. So you flattering yourself for that attention seeking. That's the femininity. The vulnerable part is saying like, hold on, I ain't losing what I got over here. You know what I'm saying? Because of
Mm-hmm.
he work every day. Because I know he's tired. You know what I'm saying? Okay, listen, baby, what you got on vacation days? You know what? This where it comes from when relationships you have to build together. If you know this man
Mm-hmm.
going to work, what's your option? It ain't more than just, hey, I'm gonna clean up at the house. Y'all both could clean at the house. What are you doing while he's at work? What you doing with the financial to help us say, you know what? I took this money invested over here while he's working. So at the end of the day, our
Mhm.
retirement fund, we can take the trips, we can live our life, we can go two-step, whatever. But see,
Mm-hmm.
because of the femininity and you're not getting all the attention, like I tell a person like this, especially women, if a man had to tell you every day he love you, that man might not love you. Because anybody who you ever be with can say they love you and the man can still put his hands on you. Is that love?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? If you don't know what real love is through actions, through spirit, through your growth, and the way how you perceive life, you'll never understand what real love is. Because anybody in the street say, damn, baby, you beautiful. I love you, baby. And you going like a fish. You ain't got reeled in. How can you
Mhm.
not understand what real love is, but you say you want real love? How can you say you
So
want a
ask me
masculine
this.
man? What'd you say, Don P?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Complete.
Okay, how can you say you want a masculine man, but at the end of the day, you rather have something soft and gooey, but when stuff don't go right and somebody say a situation come about, Johnny like, oh, but baby, we gonna run. Tom like, oh no, hey, hold on, this is my woman. Hold on, back up, big homie. What you doing? He's gonna direct the
Mm-hmm.
situation in a proper way to protect, to provide, and to lead. Johnny ready to get the fuck on it. He didn't give a chance. I'm gonna see you Tuesday. Yup. You might not even see Johnny no more. You might see him with your homegirl later on.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes
It
sense.
does. It does.
So the thing that I believe that I hear a lot, and this is a question. So what does it mean? And this is why this is what sparked the actual question in the first place was a lot of women would say, I'm willing to submit. I'm a good woman. I'm willing to submit,
They lying.
to you if you're going to be a man. So that's what sparked the whole question where where what does that really mean? Because when I ask
Exactly.
you and saying I'm willing, you're saying you're willing to submit, and we're asking like, okay, what
Hold
does
on,
that mean? That means you want me
hold
to
on.
take care of all of the financial responsibilities. You want me to sit here be this quote unquote protector, which really in my translation or in my understanding, that means I'm taking on another child because only children needs requires like direct control, responsibility, got to take care of everything, got to make sure they use the bathroom, make sure they get up on time, make sure they take care, do their chores. Because if you're dealing with an adult, then you understand you got stuff to do, I got stuff to do, and we can now collaborate based off of what I'm lacking and what you're strong in and what you're lacking and what I'm strong with. For example, if I'm good at um going out and work, but I'm good at bringing in large sums of money, right?
Mhm.
Then, but you're good at organizing the house. Or listening to a podcast with Lena Cardone, and she's a billionaire's she's wife to Grant Cardone, billionaire real estate mogul, right? Shout out to Cardone Capital. I fucks with them. And she said that I don't have a prenup. And most women was like, "You crazy?" He's like, "Well, the one thing that he can't buy is me, as in like I bring the children here, but this is what I bring to him that no person can compete with. I
Mhm.
make sure that he doesn't have problems when he come home. So I made sure I'm going to be his peace, so that and I also piece together deals for him that he now can close for our family and our business."
Teamwork.
You hear what
Exactly.
I'm saying?
Exactly. And I
And you,
think that's what's missing in most relationships when they ask for that. First of all, what I think there's a misconception on what the request of submission is.
mhm,
So some people may have a understanding of what submitting is and what really submission is. A woman will not to submit to a man that she don't trust. And ladies, stop playing yourself. Stop saying that you will submit to a man for being a man, but also understanding submission to a man. If that man works 40, 50 hours a week, that means you are submitting to him, meaning that food is done, that house is clean, the kids are good. But he also has a job to do that takes away from what you have to do. So the
mhm,
understanding of the role of submission on both ends, because if one is lacking, the other person is not going to want to be submissive, and it's
mhm.
vice versa, man or woman. Because men, and I have starting to realize a lot of men are more submissive than women. It's just in a different way.
Well, I truly agree that in a sense, well, it depends on the man you got.
I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna say it like this. The thing is, it is a lot of men that are more submissive, but you gotta understand the difference between
I
submissive
wouldn't say
and
commission though. I would
no.
I
I'm
would
gonna
say
say
more
no because you gotta look
quiet.
at it like this. I'm gonna say it like this. The reason why I say submissive, everything has to have a balance. You have to be somewhat
Exactly.
submissive, a certain percentage. I ain't saying no 50. I ain't saying no 60-40. What I'm saying is you have to have a certain degree because if y'all working as a team, hey, she gonna get tired too sometimes. You might have to help with the kids with the
True,
homework.
true.
You dig what I'm saying?
Exactly.
If you like your house clean, shit. She might be tired. You gotta go clean the kitchen damn self. Hold on. Hey son, you go grab the garbage. You gonna have to teach them. So you're gonna have to be
Mhm.
submissive in a certain degree in certain areas. I ain't saying that you gotta be, yes, ma'am. No, I ain't saying that shit. What I'm saying is it's a different, excuse my French, it's a difference being submissive and femininity. You dig what I'm saying? That's why
Mm-hmm.
I said, where did the contest go with femininity that these guys out here like this now? Instead of understanding the direction of define what femininity is, and at the same time, what being submissive is to a certain extent. Cause that's the only
Called the
thing women is
soft
really
man
looking for.
error.
Help me out sometimes. Just help me out, players sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I get tired too. So you gotta understand that. And so when she's not getting that, now she's gonna go mess with Johnny.
Mm.
So is the men's drizzle the new feminine? Since men are out here like, my cologne costs this much, my hair costs this much, my hair costs this much, my facial treatments is costing this much.
I
Y'all
can't
want
take
y'all
it. These
hair
niggas wearing
done.
purses nowadays.
That too. But is
Getting nails. I'm talking
that
about got the nails
taken
painted.
away
I'm
from it?
like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Because as I grew up, if my father ever see me came home with my nails painted blue, green, red, or purple, I'm getting fucked up. That's not
Why
what we
What?
do.
though? Why?
Oh, well, I agree only because there is a style, or there is an image that we understand as people where is masculine and feminine. Like in the you could go all the way back to the caveman days where that the males had an aura about them where that the woman knew that they had to be yielding to that man. Now here's the thing that I gotta share. Even in the animal kingdom, the alpha male is always dominated and runs the show second to the women who are surrounding him. For example,
Mhm.
in the lion kingdom is one alpha and is a 10 lioness. Period. So his energy set the tone for all of the women that's around him. In the gorilla hierarchy, it's the one alpha, and all the women surround him. They trust him, and all the other men are trying to get in where they fit in. You might get a
Mhm.
little bit, but he's still the big dog. So
Mhm.
how in nature it works without question, conflict, or competition, and the only time a man is to have to be challenged is by another man who wants what he got, which is normal, natural. Where is it that now the man has to compete with the same on the same level with his supposed to be counterpart or feminine side as if they are a man? So my
Because
second
there's
question
insecurities.
is masculinity for hire? Since the femininity is kind of selling itself, is masculinity for hire? As in, is
Yes.
men now only going to be masculine when they are paid to be masculine nowadays? When case in point,
I'm
I
gonna say
work in the
like this.
entertainment.
It's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for sale. It's not for sale. That's something That's something that's inside of all of us. You dig what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you gotta want to be that person. If that's what
Okay.
you're calling is to be. You just ain't gonna say, well, you know what? You got $1,000,000 for me. I'm about to be masculine in a motherfucker. Hell yeah. Because everybody ain't gonna get that. Everybody. That's just something who you are. I know guys that don't even have a salary of, I say, 55,000 a year, and they still masculine, and they still hold down the fort, and their wife may make more than them. So it's not a price on it. It's about who the person is as an individual.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay.
Exactly.
So
I
so
would
we
totally agree with that.
so we can concur that the respect factor is um one of the key common factors that creates I wouldn't say, is that going to create a compliant home or a collaborative home, or is that just going to make the home where that there's a man in the house, or a masculine presence is there? Clarify for me. Clarify for me. This is the mind of the exoticpreneur, y'all. We have a lot of us is coming in from a space of unique thinking that takes action, and we're always moving for a place where that we can elevate in our alignment with the successful alignment of our mind by experience to attract our gains. This is how the exoticpreneur actually moves. Being so, me working and earning in the exotic entertainment, you see the energies in its rawest form. You see masculine energy in its rawest form. You see feminine energy in its rawest form, and the constant competing with each other for dominance. Where that I found that masculine, the masculine energy is still going to dominate when there's a place of prosperity to be made. I believe that the only reason why feminine energy is so run rampant is because we made it so safe for the girls to be that way. Because think of it like this: I got a daughter. My daughter brought ballsy billsy because she know her daddy got her back. If you date a man that's that guy, she gonna go around talk a little greasier, a little bit more bravado, because she knows she got that guy that can go and get you. Y'all heard the conversations where that, oh, I call my daddy on you. I call my uncle. I call my brothers. So the only space that you can be that ballsy, that bravey, is because you got somebody backing you up that can handle that energy correctly. So for women to actually talk with that stuff, and the backing ain't mathing to me. It's not mathing to me. That I think it is a call of action for our men to, like you said, it's not to be hired, it's to be who you need to be. It's to, like, you got to step in and kind of, I would say, check that energy, that over exaggerated feminine energy. That's what I call it right now. I think it's over exaggerated femininity, where that because you got so much backing, because you technically you're allowed to get away with more BS than you ain't nowhere in the world you would have been able to do just a few years ago. That is messing up. It's messing up the flow. It's messing up the money. This is the mind of the entrepreneur. The money get messed up.
I got a question. So why do you have more women with masculinity than femininity?
Because there are a lack of men with masculinity. There are more men acting like females and are more feminine and wants to be rubbed on and caressed, and my feelings is hurt. What? Like,
hold on. Can I ask a question?
I get it. Now don't get it twisted. We as women will hold our men down. Now, understand, we're talking about men. We're not talking about males. We're not talking about boys. We're talking about actual men. Because if you are an actual man, you will be in that masculine state. Even if you were raised by a woman, you will still run in that masculine state because of what is inside of you. But there are a lot of men that don't want to be men. They rather be soft. They want to be hugged on. They want flowers brought to them. They want, a full the manscape makeovers. I get that. And those who deserve it should get it. But you speaking on that in the sense of, as a man, I should be accountable and had to have that because I'm with you. I don't think that's what masculinity is or ever been.
I got a question then. I bet you I got an example. Do me a favor, pinch yourself.
I'm pinching, and I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No.
So what would you think how a man feel if he do everything for his woman, but don't get the same treatment back?
But he's with the wrong woman. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that he's with the wrong woman.
Hold on, listen. The only reason why I say is because of this. You said a masculine man don't want to sit up here and get a rub down. You dig what I'm saying? Or X, Y, and Z. But the thing is, just because they don't talk about it, it feel good. You just did 16 hours from work. You gonna come home, your wife give you a plate. Your plate right here, baby. Come here. Let me give you a shoulder rub. Like, damn, I need that. My shoulder's tight than a motherfucker, and I gotta do overtime tomorrow.
But the difference,
it's something that shouldn't need to be asked.
But the thing about it is, the man would not need that person. If you're doing what you're supposed to do and the correct woman is being submissive to you, you don't have to ask. She knows what you did. A woman's responsibility, especially if she's in a relationship, especially if she's in a marriage, is to be that of a woman.
But that's the thing.
So I got a question. I got a question there. Is that the stipulation for her to be um uh, I'm going to say it in a tone that I believe is directly what it is. Appreciate it. Like, why is that the only way that we can be appreciated is if we're basically damn near killing ourselves?
Oh,
Like men,
no.
like for men, because case in point, example, if a man is pursuing the woman, he has to now find ways to get your attention, correct? Which
That's not
also,
now find ways. That's always been. How do you
all
get a
right
woman's
then. So it's always been the case where he had to figure out a way to get to you, not because you are the prize, but because of the value that he believe you have. The key word is believe you have.
mm-hmm.
So when he, court you, do all of the things to get you, connect with you, get physical with you, and he asks for some reciprocity, or in layman or in simple words, appreciation for what he's doing to pursue you. How is that now a issue? What makes
It
that
wouldn't. In
collaborative?
that sense, not in that sense, it's not an issue. Just like FN Rome says, only broke men are more submissive. And just like a woman who pays all the bills, a man has no choice but to be submissive. Those people deal with those situations. If you are a husband and you are working and you're doing what you're supposed to do, and your wife is working as well and she's doing what she's supposed to do, and y'all have time for each other, there's no reason she shouldn't do something for you. It doesn't have to be told for her to do it. Just like a lot of men don't have to be told to do things for their woman. If you
Mhm.
know each other, there is not a question.
Fair enough. So what would you categorize the women that are going around basically saying having issues with if they're not on a roof Chris date, if they can't go to Shake Shack? Like I watched the last reel where this girl straight embarrassed the stew out of old boy because she took him to Shake Shack. And that, anybody that ate at Shake Shack, that's the most expensive fake burger I ever
Yes,
had.
and the
Um,
food ain't that good, but yeah, I
you
got you.
know, so then on the flip side, I seen another reel where the young man was so excited about the girl he brought to meet his parents, and basically the mom and the daddy basically fried her, said you can do better. So where is it, where is this? What do you where do you categorize the people that are going around pushing the agenda that if you not roof crescent me or then you don't qualify? Like
Or you're
where,
roof kissing yourself.
you know, because like economically, and this is the mind of exoticpreneur from an operator's point of view. The world knows, just like I'm saying,
So can I
women
say
are the
this?
biggest consumers in the world.
So let me say it
In the
like
world.
this:
Mm-hmm.
if I had to buy you a $400 roof kiss bill, right? You to me, you ain't nothing worth for $400. After
Exactly.
that, we have nothing else to talk about.
We have
I'm gonna
nothing.
pay the bill, but guess what? Ain't gonna be no more us because at the day, I already know what I'm dealing with. That's a flag.
100%.
Now on the
Okay.
opposite end, what you
100%.
stated. Now on the opposite end, what you said. That young man took the young lady to his parents' house to introduce her to his parents, and when they said you could do better than that, let me tell you something. I'm living my life for me. You dig what I'm saying? Y'all two lay together when y'all go to sleep. That's who I'm laying with. So you can't
That's
tell me who's better
crazy.
for me.
That's
Only I
crazy.
could be the judge of that. Because that young woman, y'all can say that right now, and nice to tell she'd be a multi-millionaire, and they be living their best life as a team. So don't
That part.
judge a
Mm-hmm.
person. Get to know a person.
Mm-hmm.
And hope for the best
Yep.
and have faith.
And that's crazy because that's what she went off on him about. She was like, "Why didn't you protect me?" Because her words was, "I sacrificed my relationship with my brother to be with you, yet you didn't defend me at all in front of your fam, and like you supposed to be my man, and you clowning." And I was like, "She right,
No, she's right.
she
She's
like
definitely right.
you right,
And that happens a
like."
lot. That happens a lot.
You know what I'm saying? That happens. I've heard and have mentored with people as a pseudo counselor from the mind of the entrepreneur. with people who have
Well,
experienced those type of mismanaged relationships where that the man or the woman is so attached to their family that they forget that they're adults and they're not supposed to stay with their family. They're only supposed to grow up with their family. At one point, for those that are in the faith-based community, it tells you that a man leaves his family to his wife, the woman leaves her family to their husband, not just because you in my family, that's it. Like if my family don't like you, that's it. It was not that. Hell, the rules of marriage was for a family to get with another family to build and go higher. It was not a screening process, not an ultra screening process where like, okay, uh I don't like them, so this ain't, you know what I'm saying? Unless you was moving in the arranged marriage space, which, you know, that was for the prosperity of the thing. But since we know now marriage is an open-ended contract, it's like, all right, if you get in business, it's like if you went in a business and it failed, you just lose and you just move on. Y'all sitting here getting a business, then y'all sitting here taking the whole king caboodle and paying for something that don't even work no more. It's like that don't make sense emotionally, financially. And now that that's has become the norm. Don't make it right. It just normalized. It's like if you grow up around pink and the truth is black, you're gonna normalize pink, right? Only because that's what you're familiar with. But when you find out the truth is really black and it's always been black, you're like, well, why are you selling me pink? And that's because I believe is because they're trying to make sure that we stay looking at each other as an enemy instead of a partner, so that we can unify and become stronger. You know.
let me say this. I'm
I
glad
would
you
agree.
said it. The ones who are watching, I'm gonna say this out my own mouth. Like Don P gave them examples. If you find somebody that fits you and suitable for you, and your parents do something like that, always remember this: you gotta live your life for your own motherfucking self.
That
Let's get
part.
this shit understood. Then for two, you should always protect your wife, no matter what. Now, if she wrong, you take your ass home and discuss that with her. Ain't no such thing as social media. Ain't should be no recording none of that. And that's the problem nowadays. People forget the main rule. This is the person you gotta live with. This is the person you're supposed to grow with. This is supposed to be your reflection. That shit stay behind closed doors. Shouldn't nobody know your
Mhm.
motherfucker business. Not the neighbors, not a person in Florida when y'all go take a trip. Like, ain't that the couple that we seen on the real? No, fuck all that shit. Handle your business amongst self. Tighten yourself up, figure out what's the pros and the cons, and you go back out there and y'all hold your head up high and y'all win as a team.
That part. That part. And I don't so for those that want to chime in, make sure y'all scroll the comment. If you hit the button in the middle, you're more than welcome to come in and come on camera. Now the whole thing, your camera got to be on if you want to place a comment and state your business right on thing or comment below. You make sure you like and subscribe to the Exoticpreneur Show. You know what I'm saying? This is the Mind of Exotic with special guests, Mr. Prince Fantasy and Maria.
Maria.
Maria. I gotta write this out. Maria.
And one more thing, hey fellas, there's nothing wrong going home and tell your wife, hey, I need that pussy. Cause see, ladies, you gotta understand the shit. Man be like, damn, man, she already
You
all
have
these
not
men.
because you asked not. You right.
Sometimes you
Yeah.
listen. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Instead of sitting up here trying to go cheat and all that shit. Like, man, listen, shut the fuck up and give me that pussy. Sometimes you want to see that masculinity. Like, hold on, wait a minute.
That's
Yeah,
Bend
not
your
yeah.
ass over.
technically masculine, but just know how to talk to your chick. Not everybody's gonna respond to that.
Not
Like,
saying
Yeah.
everybody, but what I'm saying, sometimes listen,
please.
you can say it nicely. You can listen, you can give out a hint like, damn, we ain't been doing nothing in a minute. Whatever. But when you say bring your ass over here, let me holler at you. That
What
shit
about
hit
the
different.
look? Why we don't look anymore? What happened to the look? Like you knew your chick, like shit. Half the females at your
Because
performances, they look for the look. Like it's a look.
yeah,
Every
it's a
woman
look.
looks for the look.
Yeah, but it's a look, but also with the look, it's a talk.
Mm-hmm.
That talk
So
means a lot too. Them first three words come out your mouth means a lot.
Mhm. So at this point,
Words have power.
what are the qualifications for that women should be identifying with man for her to know that she's in a masculine space so that she could be feminine?
That's some, in my own words, that's something for her to see.
Okay.
Cause
That's
see,
So,
true.
but it's rules. It's
I
rules to the game.
It's
So
rules to it.
it's
what
rules,
I'm
but
asking, what I'm
it's rules
asking.
to it. But it's like this. Like a person told me one time, right? They said when you know you got somebody good, you gonna want to change. You're not changing because of them. You gonna want to change because you got something good.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
it's up to you to see what's in front of your eyes and your visual to say, you know what? Let me simmer my ass down because I got something good I don't want to get rid of.
Okay, that's fair. Now that's so politically correct, but I want y'all to, because all
But
right, so this is being put out to educate the generation that kind of missing the mark and don't know why they're missing it. They know what they want, but they don't understand why they want it because they feel it, but they don't understand it. So I'm asking y'all on behalf of the young dogs and the young women's that are literally trying to figure it out, but they haven't looked for the cues because what they're being shown is one thing. Like popping coochoo is now the thing, not because it wasn't frowned upon, but because they see the money behind it. They see the bag that you could pop this thing and there's a whole lot of mofos that's going to spend the money, going to change their lives off of that, which is how I made a living off of, you know, properly promoting it in a legal and ethical way so that they can, so we can invite customers is business marketing, right? Now there's a space where that there were when you were in environment where that you knew that there was a standard and rules and principles that we let you clearly know that this is what it is, not just for you to comply, but so that you can be prosperous in this environment that you're in. So I'm saying, like, when you come into a thing and you are a standard and you're setting a standard, meaning we all know that all women move in the space of hypertrophy as all men move in the space of polygamy. We are good at multiples, you good at hierarchy. That's human nature, that's the law of the jungle, and is no different. So with that being said, if the man, if the girl knows she's in a proper masculine organized space, that means he is a standard and he will get set aside rules, criteria, and principles that she needs to conform to for her own safety. But here's the kicker. Also, that will also put her in a space where that she can become more prosperous within that disciplined space so that she can now move in her most absolute truest feminine form. For example, if he is a high income earner, high income earner is anything over six figures. That's pretty much the standard right now. 90, not 10K or better a month. You are now in a high income earning space where that financially there is a lot of flexibility. It's not freedom, but it's flexibility, right? If she's in that financially flexible space and he's not, but he provides the what you call intrinsic point of view, which is the structure, the discipline, the sense of the security that's back behind a masculine or a male space, where that you ain't got to call your brother because your man is right there, your husband is right there, your perfecter is right there to set the tone that this ain't the one you want to play with. Those intrinsic things now is set as a standard with the principle that, hey, baby, I know you are skilled in your job, because key word is just a job that's setting your financial tone. It has nothing to do with who you are as a person. I've come to learn from the high income space. There's a lot of women who out earn their man, but she still remains feminine in her space when it comes to him, because he's still a man who provides all the other intrinsic things that money cannot buy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, the sense of I can be ballsy because my man got me, just like a woman who knows she's with that guy ain't got nothing to do with money, but it's that dog that he got in him where he can still be a killer when he can turn it on anytime, and she knows she got that type of man around him, that it ain't happening. That ain't got nothing to do with the money. That had to do with who he is as a man. So those are the principles backed by the standards. So that's what you want to be looking for. If a man has to require more personal maintenance than you, then I'm not saying he's not a man. Ain't nothing wrong with personal grooming. That's not what I'm saying. I want to be clear. But if it requires where he's fighting over the mirror more than you, then there is a conflict of interest for purpose.
That's the problem.
Straight like that. No Diddy. But no Diddy. uh,
Definitely.
due to these are your tall tale signs to let you know that there is more than meets the eye within that relationship that you love so much. Because and help me understand this, um with relationships where that your best friend and they continually, and it is more common with the pretty girls, like the real pretty girls that are tired of men constantly trying to hit on them or trying to mess with them, but yet she still wants that masculine energy. So they normally on board one of the alphabet crew to be their friend, literally just for the masculine presence, as if that's not the case, where that you're supposed to be attractive. We're supposed to be attractive to you. So now you got these gatekeepers. Is that a reasonable relationship if if she still wants to date? So let me rephrase the question. If a woman has mostly alpha, basically, if she mostly have all her male friends are much basically,
Please.
homosexual.
Hmm.
Yes. So where that she wants to date, but because you got all of this around you, these gatekeepers is making the whole relationship extremely uncomfortable. How does that make sense in the
So,
real world?
so it doesn't. And I'm going to speak on something on that sense because that I know someone. So she was very, very beautiful, got out of their relationship. So now literally all she does is hang with queens. They give her a sense of not only protection that she needs on that sense, because no matter how y'all like it or not, gay men still have some sense of
They're still men.
masculinity and
Don't
they
get it twisted.
still
They're
beat
still
your
men.
ass.
They're still
So
men. Anatomically, they're still men. They still have
exactly. And they
tighter
will
muscles.
still fight
Period.
and everything. But what a lot of those women do see in the queens that protect them is not only a sense of protection, but also a sense of friendship. Because you got to remember, she knows she's beautiful. She knows she's pretty. So 9 times she's hanging with a bunch of queens because she has too many female problems.
True.
There's jealousy, there's envy, there's this. Yes, she want to date, but at the same time, is her friend gonna want to date the same man that she's talking to? So I'd rather talk to this queen. But what she does not know is that you're putting yourself in a bad situation, because just like your female friends, situations where her male friends.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately, in the time that we're living, it's not an if or anymore, because either side could still play you. So a lot of
Mm-hmm.
those women do that because it's a sense of safety
Mm-hmm.
until something happens. Everything is
Mm-hmm.
an until. You feel
Mm-hmm.
comfortable with them because not only can they help you with your fashion tips and everything, they can protect you. I want to
Mm-hmm.
still date because I can't sleep with him.
Mm-hmm.
I still want that man that's going to love on me, make me feel good, but I want him to see more than my face, titty, and ass.
Right.
They see more of my face, titty, and ass. They compliment me, but
Mm-hmm.
they see more than just that. And that's what I want from you, but she's not going to get that because she's dealing with the type of men that only care about her face, titty, and ass. It's really the type of people that you deal with.
So I will. So with that, I guess I would look at it from a space of, the only time I've seen that work well is in the business space, in the environment that you're working in. Like if you're the it girl or it guy, you feel more comfortable with more feminine men and more women, only because they don't technically compete with you. Because if you're in a room with another man, unless you a man's man, then it's gonna always be constant turmoil. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But she will
only
be
big
in
dogs
constant
affect bigger,
competition with
bigger
those
dogs.
queens, if
Okay, I got
that's
a question.
the case.
Hold on, wait. I got a question for both of y'all. Now you can have a masculine man, right?
Right.
Hmm.
He understand that you've been through things, all that. Okay, you might have ass, titties, or X, Y, and Z. That's cool. But he's not with you because of that. He's not with you because of your career. He with you spiritually. He has a spiritual tie with you because he wants to know your inner and not just your outer. But you're around those other people, and he's cool with that. But now this is the thing with me. Now what happened? One of them people, like you said, it make you feel secure. Cause see, I've been in prison, so I know I read people. I have a habit to read, and I've seen a lot of crazy ass shit. But what happened if a guy chose to switch certain body parts up for one, but he's giving you that masculine energy, even though he's that way? But did you ever think that sometimes in your mindset, like he still be popping females too?
Well, that's all of Atlanta.
That's literally.
Because see, this is
Um,
because see, I'm gonna speak on the male side because at the end of the day, some guys, I'm not saying myself, you gotta know your spouse. If you know your
Mhm.
spouse,
totally.
you know what you're dealing with. Now you got insecurity about your spouse. That's something you got to deal with yourself and God. You dig what I'm saying? And you got to deal with your spouse to have these thoughts. The thing about life is this: I don't care how masculine he is, he's feminine, whatever, for X, Y, and Z. You have to have communication. People are scared
Mhm.
to talk about real life situations and ordeals.
Mhm.
You dig what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Just like we're talking right now, we could put out like how Don P say, whether they be around these certain individuals, but now you saying like, well, they feel more comfortable. That's cool. But what if you find a guy that actually respect everything that you have, plus respect you for who you are, and will take everything you got just to be with you? But at the same time, Johnny turned to Miss Quisha, he's holding you down. Girl, you shouldn't be messing with him. But long all of a sudden is the reason why he's telling you this because he don't want you to be with him. He wants you all to himself.
Right.
Yes, definitely.
So
Definitely. That happens as well.
so with that, uh what are some of the behavior cues to let you know? What are some of the signs to let you know that you might have to now make another separation for elevation, as I call it? You know, because I believe that there is phases that everyone goes throughout their tenure in life, throughout this avatar. And there are only, in the mind of the exoticpreneur, our goal is not just to just spit the stuff in a hypothetical, but give you the cues or the keys, as we call it, keys to the bag, to to literally point out the things to look for so that you're not being taken advantage of in when you're in that privilege or vulnerable space. Because, for example, in my space, in the world that I work in, I can't date below a certain threshold, not because I'm bigger than you, better than you. I'm a human being just like you, but there's certain energies that I cannot entertain because I know the repercussions from entertaining you on a physical, which is also a spiritual level at this point. You
Mhm.
understand what I'm saying? Like, I can't mess with you if you got all this drama, even though I'm in a position to change your life. I can financially change your life. I can emotionally change your life. I can spiritually change your life. But because you're coming with so much of that, there's a point in my garden that I protect my peace.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And when I protect my keys, that's also within my piece. That's my garden, which means I'm going to keep weeds out of it. I'm going to keep thorns out of it. I'm going to keep them animals out of it. I'm going to spray it with certain shit that's going to keep all of them other wild things from growing, destroying what I have took all my life to cultivate, build, and maintain. Key word is maintain. So when I see I want to add some new soil, you know what I'm saying, to my garden to liven it up, and it comes to turn out to be a bad soil or some bold seeds, I'm quick to get rid of it. Now,
Fact.
so because of that, it makes it where that, you know, some people just are upset about that, and I tell them, I release you in love, like Kevin Gates say, because I love my peace more than I want your problems.
Yes.
You
Or
know what I'm
you.
saying? You know, because you know what I'm saying? I love how beautiful you are, but you too much of a problem, and I'm at a peaceful place. In the mind of an exoticpreneur, when you find the successful alignment of your mind, body, and spirit that attracts all gains, you ain't trying to mess that up for nothing.
Absolutely.
Here's the word. Go and get the book, The Mind of the Exoticpreneur, Volume 1, where we discuss this whole process in a detailed fashion. The Path of Greatness right there on Amazon. Yeah, boy. Oh, I can get that hell of a guy. Smell good, some greatness.
There you go.
There you go. You see, Mr. 1HG, you know, I do not have pictures of a thing. Matter of fact, go ahead and elaborate on that. I'm about to slide out for 1-2 seconds. Go ahead and elaborate on those criteria.
What
Well,
criteria?
I honestly think that with women, what you need to look for is like when you're with someone, like me personally,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't do certain things off bills, like I'm looking for security, protection, and because in the beginning stages, can't nobody profess anything. I don't know. You don't know me. But you can show a woman that you are able to protect her. Simple little stuff. Walk on the outside of her. Anytime I'm with someone, especially a guy, and he got me walking on the outside, that's a red flag for me personally.
I feel you. I'm gonna say it like this: you can have a good guy, but not knowing the knowledge he's supposed to know. Just like some women don't know that. I could be with a woman right now, like you said, moving from the opposite side. You dig what I'm saying? She don't know that. She just used to walking. Just like when I sit down, I have to face the door. You cannot
Exactly.
sit. You cannot, as a man, as me, I can't speak for everybody else. Me, I
Right.
have to face the door because if shit get thick, I gotta protect you. I gotta protect myself. We gotta make it home, baby. And a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people don't understand it. Some guys they just don't. Even when it comes to pulling out chairs, some guys don't pull out chairs and open no doors nowadays. Not because they just trying to be arrogant. They have no knowledge of these things. So when they do get the right one, first thing you might, like you said, you gonna get a flag. Oh, you wanna open up the door for them.
Now, don't get it twisted. Of course, conversations are had. You know, if it's in a sense of we're having a conversation, I spoke on it because what type of conversations do people get into when they're trying to date or when they're
I give
talking
you a
to
prime
somebody?
example. Everybody conversation is gonna be different. When you get in these conversations nowadays, it don't be the same. See, it's okay. I give you a prime example of conversation, right? I ain't gonna put nobody's name out, a couple people, you dig what I'm saying? But the topic I was dealt with for, I want to say a month and a half was getting tested. You feel me? Before you have sex, get a test. Because I need to know what you've been doing, and I want you to know the type of person I'm coming at the table with.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people
I'm
nowadays
not
get
playing
offended
with
because
you.
of that shit. You
I'm
feel what I'm
not
saying? They
playing
get
with you.
offended by it.
But
And this is a
why?
conversation. You know why? Because they feel like it's an insult. Like you don't see females, you don't see how beautiful I am. You don't see how much things I'm doing. You don't see how I dress, this and third. So
That
if you
has
say
nothing to
first,
do with in
hold on,
between
wait,
your legs.
but this how it comes out. You don't trust me.
Hell no. You can be dusty.
So in her words, it's like an insecurity for us when she say that. It's like, no, I ain't never say I ain't trust you, but I want to respect you. I want you to respect me. And at the end of the day, I want you to understand what I'm bringing to the table, and I want to know what I'm getting myself into. That's all I'm saying. But because of that, they feel like it's an insult.
But
But now
when
you
did
got
that change though? Remember when we was growing up,
shit.
everybody was like, before I mess let's
Hey,
go get
baby.
tested, let's go get tested, let's go
Hey,
get
sis.
tested.
Hey, sis. Guess what? We dinosaur age now. What you saying
I don't
yesterday
know about
ain't
I'm
today.
not dinosaur age, sir. I don't know about
Listen.
you.
No, you're a dinosaur age. What you're saying is like speaking a lamest term of ebonics that a person nowadays, if you go talk to one of these 22, 23-year-olds, they going to be like, what the fuck is you talking about? Now, don't get it twisted. A certain percentage will understand, but nigga, they ain't fucking
It's
stage.
very
We
low.
out the
I
house.
definitely get
We
that low.
outside. Listen, if it's like that, okay, let me explain what I'm about to say. A woman want to respect a man to respect her as a woman, right? But if you got on these booty shorts and you riding down the street with your girls, your ass out, and your pussy showing, and a nigga go slap your ass to try to grab you, it's like, damn, what's up? I got some money on me. She don't feel insulted. But how can't you feel insulted when you exposing yourself to have these certain actions happen to you?
It's not an explosion. That's the uniform of the call. That's like walking around with your booty out. If you booty out, if you're a man and you sagging, that's the definition. That was the initiation of the call that you was available. Just like a woman that's out here on a stroll. If for those that don't know the history, if you was out on a stroll, you dressed a certain type of way because you was available for a service. No, understand, know the game. You feel me? That's why if you get defined by purpose. And let it be known, you will learn the rules of the game in both before, after, and the future. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, hey, make sure y'all, I had to go and find it. Bing. These are the full
There you
size
go.
of Mr. Hell of a Guy. That is available right now.
Most
That's available right now. Go to smellsofgreatness.com. The cop, yo, real
You have to, hey, listen. If you want to be that guy walking every room, look good, have that aura around you, and everybody know you that motherfucker, you that one hell of a guy, make sure you cop your bottle of Smell of Greatness. Tap
that
in.
part. Look for the Hell of a Guy combo set right there. Yes, that was a shameless plug because guess what? We are pretty much out of time. So I gotta play the song. It's just been that lively point. And man, I want to personally thank everyone for coming on. Miss Maria. Maria for coming in and tapping in. Go and check her out on Tuesdays. Girth. I'm podcasting, Mr. One Hell of a Guy, my brother, my friend, my fellow Aquarian. You feel me? We got the keys to the bag of the mind of the Exoticpreneur. And with that being said, I need y'all all to stay healthy. Let us all be wealthy. Don P out.